Swing over here. I'm going to ask you another math question. Actually, not even a math question, just a question involving numbers. Clear your minds. Think. I want you to write down a whole number from 1 to 4. These are choices, right? Now some people are going to claim, wait a minute, you didn't say 1 to 4 inclusive, which means you probably didn't write down 1 or 4, did you? That's okay. Who wrote down 1? Let's just see a show of hands. Who wrote down 1? Go ahead. We only got 1. 2s. Who wrote down 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3s. Oh yes, this happens every term. Who said 4? I can do subtraction, but this is easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, this happens, I would say, every term. The majority, by a long shot, is 3, and the remaining ones add up to roughly half the class says 3, and everybody else kind of tails off towards the ends. Why? That's the statistics. That's a dot plot. You see how quick that was to do? When you've got a little tiny number of data points, just list them all on the horizontal and go and collect them by putting a dot above each one. You see the histogram? You see how that's a histogram? Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Why'd y'all say 3? Why'd half of you say 3?
It's in the middle.
2.5's in the middle, technically, right, John? Technically, if I'm being a jerk. Rounding to 3. We can round to 3. That might be true.
3 is more fun than
3 is more fun to write.
I bet you people were thinking that everyone's taking 2, so that's why they wanted to choose 3.
I figured everybody would pick 3.
Oh, see, I figured everyone would take 2.
Go ahead. I can't support nor disprove any of this.
I think, I don't know, 3 is sort of like a, stuff in the world happens in 3s. Things are
Oh, the number 3 has a special meaning to us. Maybe I should ask 1 to 5 and see if that's the same too. So these are the things I didn't remember this. Aaron?
When you started talking and when it was just still pick a number, not between 1 and 4, I was thinking 27.
Oh, goodness.
Just 3 cube root of 27.
Oh, interesting. You thought 27. It's a cool number. I have one other theory, and it's only that. It's a theory because I can't support it or refute it. The question or the statement I said was write down a whole number from 1 to 4.
And I said,
The only number I didn't
People are
verbalize
going to say that it's
was
subliminal.
3. It wasn't TWO, but maybe subliminally your head said 1, 2, 4. He forgot 3.
But
Maybe.
it's not subliminal, it's power, it's knowledge without power.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah.
It does that every turn. I mean, I have no good explanation of it. That's possible, right? Possible.
You need to test that. Next time, just say pick a number between 1 and 4.
If I remember to do that again, David. See, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I use the same data sets for these 3, and undoing that is very difficult for Sean. Old dog, new trick, woof, kind of thing, yeah. So, ways to edit it, that's where your research methods come in, right? That's where your research methods come in. So, I'm going to leave you with this. That's all I wanted to do as far as is for sure today. I always save the remainder of this PowerPoint presentation for other graphical displays. I should be recording these. I should be recording these. These are obviously going to be in your PowerPoint that you'll have linked to the schedule page. These are other non-histogrammy ways I have found in the world to show data. Okay? I encourage you to look through them. Just to give you an example, I'm just going to leave you with this one. This is one of my favorites, and I've got an extra link to this one on the extra resources page on the site. Do you recognize this painting? Have you seen it before?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a famous painting. It's famous.
Yeah.
It's about 100 plus years old. But I want you to focus on just this section of it for a second. You see how it's kind of grainy? It's a little bit grainy. Oh, I want you to focus just on that section. Maybe you can figure out why it's grainy. It got even worse. It's almost like we took a picture, it was too small, tried to make it bigger by pulling it. Let's zoom in again. Let's zoom in again.
Yeah.
Entirely composed of cigarette cartons.
I was going to say picture, yeah.
I was going to say a picture within a picture.
It's pictures within a picture. It's one of those micro
Van Gogh,
pictures.
yeah.
Van Gogh, 1885, Skull with Cigarette. Lovely title. Chris Jordan, Skull with Cigarette, 2007. made up of 200,000 packs of cigarettes. Read the rest of that.
200,000.
Not to bum you the hell out at the end of class. He's got an entire series called Running the Numbers 1, and I just discovered yesterday Running the Numbers 2. He's got dozens of pieces like this that are made up of micro pieces. Is it a histogram? No. Is it kind of a powerful way of displaying data really effectively? Hell yes it is. Yes, it is. So, I leave these with you. There are many more before if you have time to look through it. Rachel, go ahead. Don't leave just yet. I have one more question to ask you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This doesn't have to do with that.
It doesn't... Can I grab you after class? Is that okay? Not grab you. Can I ask you a question after class? I'm gonna get fired. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, how would you know it's cigarettes unless you zoomed all the way in?
When Chris Jordan does these pictures, they're usually about 8 feet by about 10 feet. They're huge. When you go to look at his site, all the dimensions are given, and there's a great picture. I love the one. It represents prisoners in American jails. There's 5 orange rectangles hanging in. The rectangles are 8 feet tall by 3 feet wide, and there's these 2 people squinting at them, looking at them really closely. It's his parents going to see their son's art project. Each one of the little orange pieces is a prisoner's uniform. It indicates the number of Americans in American jails at any given time. And I forget the number, it's staggeringly huge. So they're giant, so you would see them. Because in reality, when you step back, it would look like this. But when you walked forward, I mentioned on the website, when you click on the work, it zooms in on it. So you can actually see what it's made up of. It's freaking awesome. He's a Seattle-based artist. His stuff was in Eugene 2 years ago, and I found out about it 2 days after they pulled it out. I was so bummed. I do want to ask one more question, then you can get out of here. I want to collect one set of data from you guys right